What's up, guys? I'm gonna show you my entire upper body routine. Hopefully today, if I can get it all filmed. Finish my workout or warm up. This is gonna be my very first set, and upper body day always starts with fingers, grip, wrists. So just doing some fingertip pike push-ups here. It's gonna be about 2 hours. Always starts with hands because that's your root for whatever you're doing. I'm gonna be alternating fingertip push-ups with some pronation and supination. This hand portion of the workout probably takes 20-30 minutes, but I take it seriously. I think I showed most of it about a week ago, but like everything, it evolves. I've kind of solidified it. I've got sore hands today. I've had sore hands for about a week, but as long as my performance is going up, that's okay. Keep training, keep eating. So instead of the fingertips this time, I'm on, my entire fingers are down and my thumb tips. So I'm kind of on my knuckles a little bit. And with all of these, I'm really thinking about kind of clawing in with my fingers. Really contract those. So if you didn't see that grip, this is it. Fingers flat, and then thumb tips. Okay. Then I'm going to follow those up as well. My pronation, supination. I just started doing this one. I'm not really making it super intense, but I'm going to try to get those muscles engaged, see how they feel, see how they contribute in other hand type exercises. So there's that. I'm only doing 3 reps. This is not a difficult press. I'm just focusing on how the weight is distributed through my fingers. Trying to get those engaged as my elbow bends as well. Ooh, it's tough. I do several exercises, probably 7, 8, I don't know, you can keep count. So I'm not spending too long on each. Just trying to get my fingers accustomed to producing force in a variety of positions, as well as my wrists and whatnot. That's pretty good. Ultimately, the goal is to be able to, well, one, I'd like to be able to do handstand fingertip push-ups. I think that sounds cool, but really, anytime I'm supporting my weight on my hands in any type of gymnastics, tumbling, body weight type exercise, I want my fingers and wrists to be strong, contributing, doing what they're supposed to be doing, which is going to play a role in protecting your elbows and your shoulders. That one in particular, really claw in. Oh man, just a lot of tension, especially because the fingers with that one are stretched out. I kind of was talking about this in my last video. I'm sure I'll say it, there 3-4 times today, but in your sets and reps don't really matter. There's so many different ways to do it, as well as the rest, that are all going to give you results. Ultimately, whatever exercise you're doing, you get better at that exercise over time. There's a concomitant physical adaptation. Okay, so after those, I'm going to be alternating 2 exercises now again. These are going to be twists. So I'm digging my fingers into the mat, shifting my weight kind of onto it, get some more of that dig, and then I'm twisting my shoulders and my elbows to get lateral isometric strain on my fingers. And I'm going to switch, twist them out and go in the other way. So I'm twisting in both directions, alternating, lateral, isometric. I kind of made a goal as I was setting up to film this. Like, I'm not going to mention how many sets, how many reps I'm doing, because I think one of the big factors of my success has been, lately anyway, has been just forgetting about that. If I have more juice left in the tank to get some clean, solid practice in with the exercise, and I'll keep going. But when you start to run out, you run out. Keep things heavy, keep things difficult. Keep the pace up, whatever you're comfortable with. Oh, my fingers probably getting a little toasty. I'm going to be alternating those twists with wrist extension. Kind of flare the shoulders out. I like to wiggle these around a little bit. So I'm rotating my shoulders inward and outward. These are real heavy wrist extensions. I got 25s here. It's kind of insane. Not going to burn out. Just got a heavy weight. Get used to it a little bit. Call it good. Trying to get all of those muscles just everywhere, in every way we can. And I think this little routine here is pretty effective at doing that. Pardon me. Okay, more twists. Got the weight on. Rotate those elbows, shoulders. Good. Maybe someday I'll come up with fun names for all these exercises. Once you understand your physics and your anatomy, you don't need to look up exercises. Make something up. Do exactly what you need to get done. Which is how I roll. I'd say about 60% of my exercises are extremely non-traditional. Ooh. How fun. Alright. Extensions. There. Try to keep a nice, tight grip. In addition to the wrist extensors, this works your fingers and your thumb in a little bit of a unique way. It's almost a pinch grip type action for your digits. Almost, not quite. All right, I think I'll do each of those one more time. Oh, pardon me. There you go. Another reason I like to start with hands and wrists is because I eat right before I jump. Even after my warm up, I feel like it takes a little bit for things to settle and for the caffeine in my pre workout to kick in. I always start with something a little bit more mellow. After I destroy my hands, I'm going to go straight into heavy bench press. Then, more compound type movements, shoulders, arms. Okay, one more of these. The last exercise I'm going to do for hands, wrists portion is going to be wrist curls. I'll show you kind of my method of getting gnarly pumps there. Okay, so that was the second grouping of exercises. The next is going to be exactly the opposite. I'm going to do wrist curls. I'm going to alternate those with some simple fingertip push-ups. So for these, you don't even need a heavy weight. You're going for really tight contraction and squeeze. It's just such an awkward position to squeeze in. It feels almost like a cramp, just a really intense contraction, regardless of what weight you have. And for these, the exercises I do change a little bit every day. But what I feel inspired to do right now is kind of lift off push-ups. So I'm going on the fingertips. Lift off, drive, release. Nice. So compared to just doing some straight push-ups, you get a little break, but there's almost an impact through the fingers. They have to engage and develop force rapidly. Sounds good to me. So that's how I'm going to do those today. Some more curls here. It almost hurts, in a good way. Okay, that's enough of that. I'm gonna drop these dumbbells off real quick because I'll be done with them. It's a bit of a walk. Don't worry, I'm coming back. All right, then I'll get one more round of these fingertip push-ups, then we'll move on. Nice. All right, drop this off, and I'll bring you with me. We're gonna take a little trip. Next thing we're gonna be doing is, I actually just found that this gym has this, and I don't think anyone uses it, but it's a gnarly little grit machine. Got right here. I'll just set you guys right here. Should be good. I'm gonna come on the other side. I'll probably make a little more sense. There we go. I just tried this for the first time last session, so 2 days ago. But the way I liked doing it was just use one hand at a time, pull it in, put some squeezes there. It's fairly light. When I start a new exercise, I'm always going to have several sessions where the intensity is pretty low, just while I develop some skill in the exercise. But I did like the way this felt. Ooh, I want a 25-pound. There we go. I don't think this is in use. Alright, we're good. And I'll probably just bang out a few triples pretty quick. That is fairly heavy. I can imagine how this type of machine could feel really terrible, but this one is decent. So I'll use it for at least, a week or so, see if I feel like it's a benefit to me. It does feel nice. Back off my left hand a little bit. I've always felt like I had small hands, and wrists, but sometimes I'd look at these puppies and think, how is this benching at 375? That's my max. I would love to have some easier hands, but like I said, your hands are your root in whatever exercise you're doing. So strengthen that. Ooh, yeah, it's tough to the left. Drop the weight back just a little bit and bang out just a couple more reps. Then move on to a wrist pump. Show you how to get a pump with heavy weight. That feels really easy now, isn't that right? Ooh, not quite as easy. There's definitely a strength difference there. Wait a few seconds before this next round, and that'll be it. More. Nice. That's how you train an exercise in, what was that, 2-3 minutes? That's gonna be enough. Okay, I'm gonna, the final portion of the hands and wrist. I'm going to head over to the bench. I'm just gonna do my wrist curls with the barbell on the bench, just to kind of save some setup time. Here we go. Grab a different bar. I guess it doesn't really matter. I just have center knurling. I get a little OCD about my gym equipment. Start with 25s on the bar, 95 pounds for wrist curls. Snag these clips while I can. All right, let me make sure it's a decent view. Yep, perfect. Beautiful. So the way I like to do these, I take a grip about shoulder width, but I actually keep my thumbs straight out and I press them into the bar, kind of in opposition to my fingers. Like I said, we're going to be doing a heavyweight pump today. So I'm pyramiding this out, keeping the rest low. This is my strategy, by the way, for most exercises, but every set is not to failure. I'm actually leaving quite a few reps in the tank. What that allows me to do is come back with 30 seconds rest, not very much at all, and keep handling relatively heavy weight. So instead of doing 2 sets of 12 in 3 minutes, I'm going to be nailing these sets, and I might be doing 8 sets of 3 in 3 minutes, but it's with a lot more weight than those sets of 12 would be. So really what I'm doing is taking a weight that's heavy enough to facilitate strength. And I don't really count the sets or the reps. I'm just saying, well, here's a 5-minute period, and I'm getting as many reps in as I can efficiently with a heavy weight in that time period. So I think overall what's the way to say that? Within any given 5-minute period, I end up lifting substantially more weight, right? More volume. So after all the rest and whatnot, your volume per time is higher. And that's what's helped me get the best pumps. You do a set of 3, and it's not crazy hard, but it's certainly a difficult weight. And you know, you don't do too many reps, so you still have some in the tank, but you just come back and you still feel it from the last set, if that's what you want to call it. And it just keeps coming. It never stops. It's relentless. I'm going to add another. This is about as much weight as I can handle. I'm up to what? This will be 125. And really, you know, I'm loading the bar and then it's time to go again. So you can imagine how this is the same kind of scheme I use with something like squats. So you can imagine how that's crazy sweaty. And you get a cardiovascular component in there as well. But because there are rest periods, you know, I think it shifts the emphasis towards phosphocreatine for energy production. Yeah, that's heavy. At least for me, I don't know. With this technique, that's another thing, everyone. No matter what the exercise is, you know, your technique makes such a big difference. So I hate it when people try to compare. Pull-ups is the worst one. Like, I can do 15 pull-ups. No, I can do 10. They're completely different exercises. Why are you comparing them? There's the same with your squat technique is another big one. You do a low bar versus high bar. Ooh. Singles. I'm going to take some weight off, get some more reps in. But, you know, powerlifting style squat is basically deadlift. Now compare it to, you know, more athletic, quad focused squat with more sagittal displacement of the knees. Of course it's harder. Can't compare them. Not even remotely. But anyway, back to these wrist rolls, kind of this technique. I really like to think of it as just playing around. This is a heavy weight, and I'm just having some fun with it. When my muscles are done, they're done. And I'll be better suited for play next session. I'm gonna drop weight again. Another benefit of this style of training is I just feel bad when I see people, they're writing down exactly how many reps they did, whatnot. To me, that's just kind of boring and dull. You know, hey, if that helps keep you focused and on the right track, then I don't necessarily have anything against it, but physiologically, it doesn't provide any benefit for you. There's no training advantage to that, and I don't enjoy that. I'll probably just have one more go with this, then I'll throw the bar back behind me for some bench press. I don't want these videos to be going too long, so I'm probably going to put it in multiple parts. So this will be part 1. So oh, by the way, my pump it's there in the forearms. Oh, just get one more rep. The pump, after I put the weight down, the heavy weight down that I used low reps for. Well, shoot. hey, I've been doing this for 7 years. Every once in a while I still look like a fool. But anyway, about 10 seconds after I put the weight down, that's when the pump really starts to flow in. All right, okay, I'm gonna switch the video over. If you like the workout, join me for part 2.